Hi, future me popping in right at the beginning of this sketchbook tour to tell you that this video was actually filmed in 2020. And I was going through my iPad and clearing out my photo reel, and then I came across this and I was wondering, okay, why do I have this sketchbook tour in here that I never did anything with from 2020? So I saved it and I imported it into iMovie because I was going to edit it, and then I decided I was actually going to pull the sketchbook out, and apparently I have since added some things to it. So I'm going to pop in again after the tour is over to show you the stuff that I've added. So I guess enjoy this 4.5-year-old sketchbook tour to start, and I will see you again at the end of the video. Nice and quiet in the house, and I just wanted to go ahead and get this filmed while it's quiet in the house. Well, this is the first time any of you are hearing my voice on this channel, and something I want to rectify at some point, but it's always too noisy in the house, so I can't really do much about that. Except tonight. It's about 5 in the morning. My mom's asleep. My brother's out at a friend's house, not being noisy, so I'm going to post this sketchbook tour. This current book I think I started in 2015. I don't actually use it anymore because I kind of wanted something separate to put my newer stuff in. But I also had a different idea as opposed to like buying an actual sketchbook and like drawing 3 things in it and never touching it again. I would get a composition book, a cheap notebook to scribble in. And so far that seems to have been a good idea because I got further into this than I usually do get in a sketchbook. I'm not even halfway through this, and I probably won't come back to this particular book for quite a while because, like I said, I wanted something newer, separate for newer sketch stuff, though my newer work and my older work doesn't differ that much because I had such tremendous creative blocks that I spent years like barely drawing anything. Also, sorry for shakiness. I do technically have a tripod. I just don't feel like taking it out, so I'm holding my phone uncomfortably close to my face so that way I can get this whole thing in shot. The front cover is pretty bland. It's just some washi tape over an ordinary composition book. I had particular things in mind when I started this, which I really need to like start writing my specific goals down in these things. But like I wanted to use more reference, which this page here is pretty much the extent of my reference usage. I didn't want to use pencil, which I did pretty good on this one. Everything in here was sketched out in ballpoint pen with some color added, with some, they're not Tombos, they're like an old water-based marker set I bought on clearance years ago for like $30. That most of them still work. These things lasted me like almost a decade, but some of my more important colors that I use a lot are dried out now, and I eventually want to replace them with Tombow. I just haven't had the funds to do that yet. But like I said, this particular page was probably the extent of my usage of references. Like this was some girl I found on Pinterest with a rope, which turned into a snake, which I made a digital line art for, which the snake turned into a cobra, which I started coloring right after I got my iPad and went, oh crap, I don't know what the crap I'm doing, so it's just been sitting there untouched while I try to figure out digital art, because I'm like so far behind on learning that because I just never picked up my tablet for a long time. This was also another referenced picture, which was some random goth chick just standing there, and then these skulls. I actually still like those skulls. They were a black and white picture, and I just kind of threw them in empty space. And I had a YouTube channel previous to this one where I was talking about a lot of paranormal stuff, which a lot of that's probably going to show up on voiceovers over art on this channel at some point when I decide to start writing out my scripts for my voiceovers that I've been too lazy to do. But this one was around the time when the Mandela effect was a big thing, and I was trying to take notes, make sense of it, and I actually ended up debunking it and never filming the video. And also there's some witchcraft trying to increase my creative output, and you can see where I get mad at this not working in a few pages. That was an initial, I was going to draw a creepy cemetery scene, and then I realized that the pen's going to bleed through the paper really easy, so I never finished it. Okay, I lied. There is one thing that I had reference for, which was this, which was supposed to be, I was like, oh, I haven't drawn animals since I was a kid, so I'm going to draw this goat, which became Baphomet. And I did go through and put washi tape over the titties in this, so that way, like, yeah. This one, I think I have a digital painting of this one up on this channel. I don't remember what I've posted. I'm so infrequent with posting. But I did line art this and color it. I think I have it up. Don't remember, and I don't feel like going through and checking right now. I thought this one turned out pretty cool. This was that marker I was talking about, that Tombow-esque, that does, it's not watercolor. It's just a water-based marker that I bought years ago. More of that sigil. I also had another like pocket-sized notebook I was doodling in, like during times I shouldn't be doodling in, like I'm at work. And I just kind of ripped those out and stuck those in here to cover the backs of the pages. I do have a line art of this one, but I haven't colored it yet. It's just kind of sitting on my iPad, and I probably should make one of that because I still like that. This is also, you'll see a lot of Steven Universe influences in here with like a lot of characters with multiple eyes and limbs. Also, I had a random inspiration to try to work on a Book of Shadows, so this book kind of became victim to that, and then decided I was going to do a newer book, and then I haven't written anything in it since. And then there was this, which was more of that marker, which some of these things I kind of regret, like doing them on a lined paper, but again, this notebook was just some place for me to scribble things in, and just to doodle in and get drawing practice in, which definitely had got his use out of that. More of those little notebook pictures. This is a ghost girl. I kind of censored out the slit throat there. Fan art. Axel for Kingdom Hearts. Not the biggest fan of this one, but like I think it's important to keep the art that you hate. Because like I could look at it years later and go, let me make something better out of that one. Because I think most of what I hated about it is I used too dark an orange for the shading. And here's where I'm starting to get mad at the magic not working like I intended it to. A lot of these doodles are unfinished too. But like, again, this is a scribble sketchbook. Tarot spreads that I'm going to write out clearer on I don't know. Maybe I'll do something digital just so I have something that I can reference. This was more of that one character from a few pages ago that said I had digitally done. I don't remember if I put up on this channel or not yet. And more of my Book of Shadow arting or drawing, writing, whatever the hell I'm trying to say. And also, as you can see, the pen bleeds through quite badly on this paper. Which is why I didn't really drew on the backs of these. I just pasted other art pieces over them so it looked better. Kind of like this one. I kind of want to redo this one. Maybe on better paper or digitally. I got a couple of random crystal clusters in here and more fan art. I'm like really into the Kingdom Hearts fandom, and I really don't draw much of it. I need to rectify that. Anyway, I hate his canon hair, so I just kind of try everything in my power to not draw his canon hairdo. Some actual OCs down here. We see her again a little bit later, and style I think is a little bit cuter. Actually, this character is not even a she anymore. came to the conclusion after many, many years of going, well, why can't I get anything correct about this character? It's like, oh, this character's non-binary, and I still don't know this character's proper pronouns. So, this was another witchy character, but this is same for that character there. I kind of like how that turned out, too. More crystal cluster that I just kind of slapped some color down and drew on it with white gel pen. A centaur, but a goat one. I don't know what that would be called. And more sleepy Axel from Kingdom Hearts after rolling out of bed eating cereal. I don't know what the point of that one was, but some more Steven Universe. Pearl and Garnet. Garnet wearing long clothes. I just couldn't resist that one, and her arm's a little bit long. I don't know what that is. Amethyst on this page. Kind of turned out a little bit thinner than I intended, but she stuffed in her face with a sandwich, so. And more Kingdom Hearts fan art. This is the canon hairdo that I hate. And there's me trying to justify not drawing it by editing it. And those are actually for specific alternate universe story that I haven't actually written. This was the first iteration of that picture from a few of this one. But I just kind of redrew her here a little bit. I kind of like this one better than this one. I'll have more on that later. This one's kind of more recent than everything else up this front, but I'll talk about that later. This was a kind of prototype first drawing of, oops, there's my finger in frame. I have to switch hands. This is kind of a prototype of a character that for a story that I still only have concept of. Space pirate and a bounty hunter, and they're lesbians, and they're just saving each other and trying to kill each other all the time, and it's still just a concept that I really want to do work more on. And there's another kind of concept art of her, but like, I think I might just keep her like more humanoid, get rid of the humanoid, get rid of the second pair of arms and the third eye, and just make her humanoid. And the other one I got some concepts for a few pages down the line. This one was another reference from a photo I found on Tumblr that I lost the photo for, and I never finished this, which is kind of a shame because I liked her hair. I don't really like this one. The hands are too small and the arms are weird. And it looks kind of weird too. And Elf Girl, I was mostly trying to make a different looking face. And I think I took that concept for the nose from like the elves from Dragon Age. This was another alternate universe thing where Axel is a vampire and Sykes is a werewolf. And I kind of have another one going with a friend where Axel's just human. And some of those like posts you see around on Tumblr where werewolves are kind of just like giant dogs. More comical than anything. And a couple mushrooms that look like dicks. They weren't intended to look like dicks. I just decided I want to draw mushrooms, and that's how they turned out. This was the bounty hunter from that thing I was just talking about. This is kind of more the design I had in mind. Like, I like the tattoo and the simple haircut and the little feelers and the black alien eyes. Like I said, this story's still just a concept. I need to work out some more. And then this, right after I got my tattoo on my arm, I decided I wanted like 1,000,000 more, and that was supposed to be a tattoo concept to go like right in the center of my chest. Obviously has not happened yet because tattoos are expensive. We're in a Magikarp. Another AU thing. Kingdom Hearts, I have way too many of these. This one's a Skyrim AU. Sykes is a Dragonborn. Axel's a Fire Mage. It's just like, it's a very long epic. I've got like probably hundreds of pages worth of just random lore from that, and like, I don't know, 5-6 chapters of a fanfic posted somewhere online. And there he is, supposed to be in the iron helmet. Okay, this was a start into, and my finger again, my first and only foray into like any sort of animation, though not like what you would think. My mom's boss does this Christmas display every year, and they got this light show, and he wanted to animate something in lights he couldn't decide whether he wanted a reindeer or like a dove. And he decided he wanted the reindeer. It's like, okay, so that's what I started working on. I was looking at reference images for deer so I could get their movement down, so I can get a semi-decent sketches of a deer just kind of hopping along. And then he decided last minute, like the day that I was supposed to take these to him, that they wanted to do the doves instead, and then they got that. And the doves are still up, and one of them has a wing on backwards, which still bugs me to this day, but I don't think any of them has either noticed it or cares enough to fix it. But I kind of wish they would have stuck to the deer, because I like those sketches better. It's just something I need to do more of, because I like animals. I used to draw them all the time when I was a kid, and I don't draw them anymore, which makes me sad. And I like how some of these turned out, especially this one. Well, the hind leg's a little bit long, but I like how that turned out. There's Axel from that Skyrim AU. Not very completed drawing, but kind of a junky imagining of mage robes. I don't know what that was supposed to be. More canon hairdo that I hate. This was supposed to be a witch Sona that I never did anything with. Gay elf girls. Because why not? There's that character from earlier. I was talking about the one that I realized was non-binary, and still haven't done enough with those characters from that particular universe to really expand on it. I want to say she's from the Space Pirate and Bounty Hunter universe. She's supposed to be like a space mechanic. I like that tattoo on her arm. This, I was just trying to draw more fat characters, because I'm a fat person that doesn't draw enough fat characters, and I like how she turned out. I do have a line art on my iPad for that. I just haven't colored it yet. This is me realizing that I really don't know how to draw faces other than just ordinary humans, because this is my Dragonborn from my usual Skyrim playthrough. She's an orc, and this is like really, really bad interpretation of an orc. I really probably should learn how to draw that better. I just bought a Switch and Skyrim for the Switch, so I've got a slightly better picture than on my $10 Goodwill TV. Maybe I can draw something better out of her. I can't tell you how many alternate universe story ideas I have. This is for yet another one. This is Roxas. This particular story idea has just kind of been put on the back burner, but like, Syx was a homicide detective, Axel was a psychic medium, Sean was a witch, and Roxas was a friend of Sean and Axel who died in an accident, and it's kind of, that death kind of like broke up their friendship a little bit, and Sean's just kind of out on her own, and they talk, but they don't like hang out as much as they used to. But I've got another psychic medium AU that I like a little bit better than that one, so this one's kind of on the back burner. But it's something I might revisit again in the future. I don't know. Some unfinished thing. You see, we're getting to the point where I started to lose interest in this particular sketchbook, because we're getting like 1-2 items per page. And like this, I think this was supposed to be my Dragonborn drunk, and I never finished it. That was initially some shippy fan art, excellent Syx, that I never finished. I have several things in here with this particular hairdo. I need to do something more with this. This character isn't named, but I just tried to draw her a couple times, and I probably should try that again, because I like the hair and how it kind of like all melds together. Okay, now onto this. I was trying more cartoony styles with like bigger eyes. This one kind of looks South Parky to me. I don't know why. This is just trying to get a feel for things, and they don't really work with my art style that well. I'd have to practice more. This one I do know for a fact is up on the channel, because there's a big old black bar in front of the exposed boobs that kind of covers up everything I did on the heart tattoo on the chest. But this one I did coloring digitally, and it is up on the channel. This one I actually lined. It was just a black and white drawing. This one actually I did on my phone before I got my iPad. This is a character from another universe. He's a zombie. He's in a polyamorous relationship with two necromancers. Or not necromancers, two necrophiliacs. Which I guess kind of double as necromancers, otherwise he'd still be dead. But it's just another concept, and it's called Pretty Dead Boys, which that title came from an Angel Spit song, and I just kind of really liked it. It's like, hey, that kind of fits with this. But that's just another concept that I haven't really done anything with. I put more effort into fandom-oriented stories than I do my original ones. It's kind of sad. And again, with the character with that hair, which I like I said, I really like the silhouette of that hairdo, and the X hair clip. Random punky girl with 4 eyes that I never did anything more than just that with. This one's probably the most recent thing in here, which I was just drawing cartoony cats because I did some random like graphic edits of just cats in space. I was like, okay, I want to draw a cat and like make it spots like galaxy, and then I drew these and never did anything more with it. And I think that's everything out of this. I do have some other sketchbooks I might go through another time. These are like little teeny tiny little mini composition book size, but they're like actual sketchbook paper, and we had them a couple years ago, and I bought like literally 49 of them, so I'll never run out of paper for those. But I got a couple of those that none of them were filled up, but a couple of them have like a couple drawings each, and I might go through those at another time. But anyway, that concludes this sketchbook tour, and until next time when I decide I want to actually upload any of the 6 or 7 speed paints I have saved on my iPad, I guess this is goodbye. Okay, so now for the new things. Majority of it was, actually I'm going to say entirely all of it was index card drawings I did. Because majority of it is index cards that I drew on, and some of it's like actually like really good art. It's from, I want to say probably around the time frame that this sketchbook, that I was originally making this sketchbook with better materials. So I'm going to start here. I just got it washi taped in with some pretty holographic washi tape, which kind of fits the theme of these two drawings here. But yeah, I've been into cybergoth since I first discovered agrotech in the late 2000s. But I got like I really like this one. I like the hair, and I have not seen this cat washi tape in years. I don't know what happened to it, which really sucks. I really liked it. And I got some glitter stars around it. But this is my OC Jane, who has since, developed a bit more. Like, she's got more tattoos. She's got a full-on sleeve now. I'll have to go through. God, I have like 3-4 journal tours I need to film still. I might do that today or tomorrow while I'm still off recovering from my surgery. Anyways, these two, I really like this one. I really need to dig my markers out. I haven't actually used them in ages. They're probably all halfway dried out. These are Prismacolor markers. Okay, this is the page I originally opened it up to when I just... We'll back up a little bit. This is the page I originally opened it up to when I decided I was going to pull a sketchbook out to, just take a look at it before I edited this video, and went, oh, that's probably why I haven't done anything in this video, because I was adding shit to empty spaces. Anyways, this, these flowers and this background is like actually scrapbook paper. So like this page is like really heavy. This is really heavy and really thick. So this is like scrapbook paper. This I did do on an index card. Like it was originally just on an index card, but then I decided to make it prettier. And these are actually like ATC size. It's like the only index card I'm I didn't use. I used like better cardstock, but this was Sayax from Kingdom Hearts. I like making this particular type of background a lot. I think there's another I think it was on one of the previous pages where I did that background and just kind of tacked it in. Yeah, that one right there. But again with the star glitter. But this was kind of like a salvaged piece because I was doing the ATC set with Sayax from Kingdom Hearts, and I was rimming it with gold, and then the gold marker it was a paint pen actually. The gold pen exploded. So this was me trying to make an effort to make it look, like I did it on purpose. When I didn't actually do it on purpose, the marker just exploded on me. These are just more Steven Universe fan art. You can tell how this really dates when this was from. Steven Universe line art. Got Malachite. This picture of Rose Quartz, I don't remember if this was the first iteration or if this was my redraw of it, but I actually went to, God, which convention was it? It wasn't an anime convention, it was a comic book convention, because I was the only one that did the Steven Universe. But they were doing a fan art contest, and like the theme was some superhero thing, but they said that they take any submission, you don't have to keep it on. So I just kind of shit out really quick this drawing of Rose Quartz, which was similar to this. So I think this was the redraw for that, because the original one was much simpler. But yeah, I won for my age range for that, for a drawing of Rose Quartz that I shit out in like 10 minutes. Alright, more fan art. More Kingdom Hearts OTP fan art. These are also prior to Kingdom Hearts 3, because, my fascination went from them in this organization to them after all that shit. They were Lee and Isa. But, this one specifically is for, yet again, another alternate universe. But, these two are actually my no TP, but they kind of figure heavily into the story. I'm not gonna, talk about it right now, because, everything is locked on Dreamwidth. All of my AU notes are locked on Dreamwidth, and I've been thinking about making them public, but I don't think I'm going to for right now. It's just, good to reminisce on. Okay, so here is my first Dragonborn, who was a Nord. I tend to gravitate towards Stealth Archer and Sneak Thief majority of the time when I am playing Skyrim. So I just had this mental image in my head of her walking out of a house in Markarth with an armful of stolen goods. So this is how that mental image came out. And we got Rose Quartz. I do love Rose Quartz's hair. I do love how they portray that cartoony style, and I did try to replicate that, and I think it turned out pretty good. I think this is actually the first drawing in those index card drawings that I actually did. Oh god, more Kingdom Hearts fan art. Got another OTP thing, which they are still technically my OTP. I have discovered another fandom, but they still don't hold up to the autistic influence that Kingdom Hearts has on me. And just Sayax. More Steven Universe. You got Amethyst chowing on some pizza. Peridot. Got Espeon. No, not Espeon. Duh. Frick. Sylveon. This was actually like the I drew this before that Magikarp. I did draw this before that Magikarp. That Magikarp doodle that's on that page with Skyrim Sayax. But this was the first Pokemon I had drawn since I was in middle school, because Pokemon had an autistic influence on me in middle school. But this was the first Pokemon fan art I had drawn since then. And so I have this Sylveon with this washi tape background. And this was an OC, Andromeda. And that's it, apparently. That's all the new stuff that was added.